You know what? I don't think most capable people are lazy. I actually think that you are protecting yourself and you've been calling it procrastination. Yeah. Because think about it. You already know what you want. You have decided on that which you want, and you had the moments when you said, "Ah, this is me. This is it. This is what I want." Like all those things, you have those things locked down, like pronto. But the thing is, you're not moving in a way you thought you would. So you're hesitating, you're overthinking, you're delaying the things that you know you should do, right? And it's not because you don't know how. Mm-mm. It's because something in you doesn't feel safe being seen yet. So instead of that, so instead of you moving forward, you stay in the planning zone. You're staying in the, okay, let's tweak this a bit. Let's figure, I'll restart. Let me make sure this is done. This is here. And then I'll wait till I feel ready. And the dangerous part of it all, you're calling it that you're being responsible. So you now think the problem is discipline, but it's not. Let's get some clarity in this thing. Because in this video, I want to show you what's actually happening in your brain when we're thinking like this. Why you keep stopping even when you have decided what is actually going on. And the shift that would let you just move even while you still feel uncomfortable. Because once you see this, you can't unsee it. When you know better, you start doing better, right? So now let's break it down. Because us capable people, right? We decide fast, but we don't sustain the action, then hesitation starts showing up after we've decided. And and the thing is that we don't stop because you don't care. You stop because you feel exposed. You have you've done the thing, you said, okay, this is the next level I want for myself. This is the thing that I want to make happen for me. And then it's like, yeah, I want that. Let me just make sure this is sorted. This bit is clear. This section is all good and well, and then I will come to that. Or I need more to prepare more to really understand what's happening in this place or how things work here or what's going on here, and then I would. So what is really happening is your brain is wanting safety, is wanting familiarity, like wanting what it knows, not the success or the thing that we've decided that we want. It just wants what it's used to because that requires more energy. That requires more like thinking and all that. So the brain just wants safety. And then what then tends to happen with that desire is we now want to be seen to the brain. Red light, risk. So it pulls back. We're saving our energy from this. We're not like, no, no, this is not happening for us. We do not. Because the brain is not actually blocking you, it is protecting you. All right. And that's where we start overthinking things. We're restarting, we're changing course, like we're seeing things, we're thinking, no, okay, let me tweak it a bit. Let's just make it better. This is not happening. Okay, we start delaying. When I do this, then I maybe later. So all those things starts happening, all those like things like start popping up, and we're like, oh, okay, I don't know, whatever. Ugh, be- because it's like it's just too much. Because the thing is, we're not confused. We're just uncomfortable. We're so used to where we are. We're so used to the way we're thinking. We're so used to how things are that now that the desire that we want, and we've decided that this is now, we want to be our new normal, but the brain's like, That requires work. That requires like some focused thinking. That requires all these things. Like, I am not ready for this. I am no, 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 no. And then it becomes, mm-mm. When I started out on Instagram, right? And I was, you know, posting my thing, like doing my stuff. I was like doing it in a like okay, who's gonna know? Who's like, this like, so when I started out, I started off as wanting to like coach introverted people and stuff like that. And it was a case of, how you don't want people to know, like people that you know to know what you're doing, but they somehow kind of like find out, like the weirdest thing. And you start like thinking, okay, I'm showing up. Okay, this is not like nothing is happening. There's no traction. Okay, let me just change it up. Or maybe, oh, you know what? I'm actually, I interpret so I can, what I'm doing. I see that in a lot of deaf people and the people that my clients and I've like supported them in a way and coached them or whatever. And I could be a deaf coach, right? Okay, changing hearts. I'm now a deaf coach. Like, let me support them. And then it's a case of like, oh no, no, we don't want hearing people like doing this and like all this. And it's like, what are you actually doing? Like, what's that? Okay, no, we're changing that now. No, it's shy but capable people. So I kept changing the boat. I kept thinking what I really wanted. I was tweaking and tweaking and tweaking and not really giving it time because I wasn't getting the traction I wanted. And then when I now said, okay, you know what? Let me truly do what I want to do in sense of like, okay, let me support like my interpreters and translators. And then started doing that. And the views were like non-existent. And the conversations, because it was such like a blue ocean thing, people were like, what? What? Interesting. I don't know what you're doing, but okay. And then now I'm thinking, okay, I've been doing this for so long. I don't think it's interpreters. I don't think it's like it's that, or maybe it's other coaches, healers, and stuff like that. And I had to because my inner voice was so loud. Like, stop, stop, try something different, stop, stop. Like, no, like whatever that is, he kept going on. Even when I was showing up here on YouTube, and when I started with like no traction, or I felt like I had to be a certain way. And it was just the numbers weren't there, or like the traction wasn't like, and it felt like I'm doing this thing every single day, and no one's saying like there is nothing. And I'm there thinking, okay, it's time to like, does this thing make sense? Is it really? And I would have been called like those thoughts, those things I was like battling in my head as I'm just being realistic. I was just trying to, but honestly, I was just trying to keep myself safe. I was just trying to feel safe. That's what it was. Because all these things of like, oh yeah, maybe this, because I am not seeing the traction, or because the views were low, or the right people that really needs to hear it when it wasn't being in front of them. And it was now like, oh no. So for me, the shift happened when I stopped asking, am I ready? And started asking, what am I avoiding being seen? Because I had people watching. I had people like, okay, you say you're doing what again? Like, how's it going for you? What's happening? That's what I was avoiding. Like, what would other people say? How would people react? I actually remember I went and did a job, right? And as an interpreter. And when I went there, it was a home visit. We went into this home, and this beautiful lady just saw me. Like, oh, it's you. You dance on the internet. And I had to voice this to the officer that came to visit. She said I do dancing on the internet. It's like, oh, tell me more. So I just brushed it off. And it was just more kind of like, didn't want people saying, but I really wanted to get to the people that I needed to support. And like, how do I do this? I had to get to that point of shifting. Okay, this thing I'm avoiding, okay, is inevitable. People are going to be watching. People who are not your ideal are going to be there. They're going to be looking and they're going to be like, okay, what's she doing now? Like, how's that going for her? Like, what's happening? And just knowing that I do what I like. Because this is the thing. Being figuring out if I'm like ready or what am I avoiding, those two questions are they're totally different. Like truly understanding that thing, that those like being in those two phases are different. So I had to reframe. I had to, it's not that I don't need discipline or we don't need discipline. We need to start being tolerant of exposure in whatever it is that we're doing. Like having that understanding that for that next level, for that next thing, there's going to be that element of exposure. You're going to be exposed to the thing that you're doing. So planning feels safe, right? That's where you feel safe. But when you start moving, that's where you feel seen. And that's where the people that need you, the things that it needs to happen, happens on that side of when we can avoid what are they going to think about me? What is this going to feel or be or do? When you change that thinking and know that, oh, I'm just avoiding all these things I'm doing, this overthinking I'm doing here, this hesitation, this replanning, this scheduling, there's actually something that's holding me back from what I truly want to do. When we get to that point of like being okay with not everyone being okay with you, you rise and understanding that when that feeling comes, when that hesitation and when all those things are happening, the brain just wants safety. And then when we can slowly expose ourselves to that next bit and stretch it, like a rubber band, right? When you stretch it once and let go, it goes back to its form. That's how our brain is somehow. Like it has this like shape and everything there, our beliefs and the way we see ourselves and all these things are like in that space. So now that you're desiring something else, you want something else, you want whatever that is for you, it's a stretch, but his brain's like, hey, no, we think like this, we feel like this, we want this. You want to stretch us? No. But you have to be conscious and stretch it. And every day you're stretching it. And then you're stretching, exposing it, that one more thing, that one small action, and the one small thing you keep stretching and keep stretching and keep stretching. That once you then let go, it's like, ooh, ooh, it's a whole different shape. That elastic, let's say, brain shape is now stretched. You've now got into that, like, you can now do more, just a little bit more, and a bit more, and a bit more. But it's going to keep wanting to get you back to like, no, we think like this. We feel like this. This is how we like things to be. Not here, but we want here, right? Understanding that and understanding that even though the brain is protecting us because it's a lot of energy to to stretch out and to keep doing this, to feel comfortable, whatever that is for us in whatever situation. Like we're comfortable here. This doesn't feel comfortable. This is risky. This stretch is risky. This stretch is like overwhelming. This stretch is like too much. When we can understand that it is not, our brain is not against us, like what's going on is not because there's anything wrong with us or we're doing anything, then we can be patient with ourselves. We can be understanding. And then we can do the work that will allow us to just gradually, gently, ever so often expand and just get better and push a bit more and slightly. And then before you know it, ooh, this is our new capacity. And then we keep going. And then we keep going. And we keep going. Whoa! A new capacity. And it's like, it's our new normal because now this is our new normal. It was like this with the protection of our brain. Now it's here and we feel good. That's the grace we need to give self. That's the understanding of whatever it is that we're doing, that we're thinking, or we're thinking, oh no, you're not good. Like, it's okay. And the good thing is our brain doesn't know any difference between what's real and what's not real. So we get to play, we get to like do the thing and give ourselves grace that whatever it is that we're trying to protect ourselves from, and then we now cover it with all these different things we say we're doing or tweaking, we're starting. I just need to sort this thing out, then I'll be ready for that. Or I need to do, it's just protection. It is just shaped in different form. When we understand that, we can then move to that next phase of getting to the alignment. Because when you really think about it, there are certain things in our lives today that when you look back, you then would never believe that you could do this right now. So, knowing that we are capable of doing so much, the next step is not going to be any different. It's just about like changing how we see it, how we do those things, and how we flow. You know, that's what it takes to keep moving in motion. So, yeah, maybe you're not lazy. No, I don't think so. I don't think it's laziness. I just think that we have been protecting ourselves for so long from being seen before we're ready, and it's okay. And here is the moment you stop waiting to feel, and then everything shifts. That's it. I am Nene. We do this every single day. Your voice matters, and it's your time to use it. Bye for now.